classic intro, so I'm just gonna let it ride.
Oh yeah, brother.
It's right next to the Hangover countdown. Oh well. It's Throwback Friday.
Throwback Friday. Enjoy.
Thank you all for being here.
Dun, dun, dun.
As everyone I know is streaming at this time.
But you know what? We're the best show on this channel at this time.
That's right.
Man said.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to the Monday Hangover channel. Usually I say like first shots or whatever, but it's like, no. Today, we're going to go over the Jaws sequels. What went wrong and what didn't go wrong. Do people love them? Do they hate them? And we'll go over the critical scores. It's going to be a fun stream. I asked You, Me, and the Movies to be here since Jaws is one of his favorite franchises of all time. Also mine. Mo, not so much. Look at Wicked Virtue, 10-10 panel. Once we do some of Wicked's favorite films, we're going to get her in here as well. So I think Wicked could do a whole Buffy the Vampire Slayer series. So the horror host says it's kind of hard to do wordplay with Friday, Jaws, and Jay. Yeah, I know. Well, we did do Jaws on the main channel, and I figured what better way to finish out the week if we just knock out Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws 4 on one live stream. So we'll have it on record saying we got it done. Did you enjoy your experience watching did you watch them back to back, Mo?
I watched 2 yesterday, and I watched 3 and 4 back to back, like literally back to back. Like as soon as I got done on one, I went to the next. I felt like I had some kind of like split personality disorder. I was like, what's going on? And I felt like betrayed, and then I cheered up and then betrayed again. And freaking kids are aging 30 years and 10. And it's just like, it's so confusing. I'm still trying to sort it out. But yeah, there's some, it's not all bad, but so yeah. That's my review.
What about you, Movies? What about you?
I watched them over the summer.
Yeah.
And, it was the first time my wife has watched them. And we watched them one week after another. It was a lot of fun. So I've always been a huge fan of Jaws. The original Jaws is one of my favorite movies. So whenever it was on TV, because it was always on TNT or TBS back in the day, no matter what moment in the movie it was, I played it out to the end of the movie, even if it was like halfway through. And then I've always had a special place in my heart for all the Jaws sequels because they're just fun. They're not great films. They're just fun.
Well, we're going to kick it off with Jaws 2, the movie that Roy Schreider didn't want to be in. And I found someone I haven't seen this yet. I don't know what's going to happen. This could be worse than the movie, but I did find someone made a Jaws 2 modern trailer. So we're just going to get into it and see. This could be horrible. I don't know, but we'll see. I always like these modern trailers from these older films. So let's go.
What are you guys up to today? I don't know about him, but I'm going sailing.
I mean, what is it about this place? Everybody's a boat freak.
It's an island. I thought you were grounded.
I can go out if I want to.
Go back up. Oh, there's my dad. You okay, Rick? Hey, Chief!
Yeah!
One minute they were having a wonderful time, and the next...
You have no idea what could have caused this.
I don't know what could have done that.
I think we may have another shark problem.
Are you serious?
Well, it would have to be a shark of considerable size.
Something must have scared him down there. He just panicked.
Wait a minute. Are you people telling me I don't know what a shark looks like? I've got 2 water skiers. No fin, no sharks. Nothing but a boating accident.
It's out there, all right.
Don't press it this time.
A great white might have done this.
Sharks don't take things personally.
What's that man doing way up there?
It's a shark tail. He's looking for sharks.
Look, we know that sharks are attracted by blood and thrashing about.
And sound.
Sound?
Sound. They hone in on unusual sounds, irregular sounds.
The trailer is good, man.
It's proof that a trailer can make anything appear good. That's what we've proven with this.
The trailer is really good. Woo! Well, that actually I didn't expect that at the end.
Jump scared.
I didn't expect that at the end. All right, good on you, my friend. Good on you for the Jaws 2 modern day trailer. That came from the YouTube account Shut Up James. There you go. That's the name. Shut Up James. Well, Jaws 2. Personally, I thought it was a good sequel. I know a lot of people didn't like it, and they didn't think that Jaws needed a sequel, which is probably true when you have like such a great film. And the first one, why try to ruin it? But Hollywood, man, they're gonna try to make $1 any way they can. So if they had the ability to make another film and bring back some of the actors and they can make a few dollars, of course they're going to do this. But it takes place a few years after the first shark attack. We're back at Amity at the island. And let me just tell you this. The fact that they still have the mayor proves that you got to vote in midterm elections. That is huge, all right?
Hey, New
How
England
the heck
gonna
did
New
the
England.
mayor of Shark City get reelected? You got to vote in midterms. You got to. That's how it is. It's all corrupt. And everything is going great. His kids are grown. They're all playing on the beach, all that stuff. And who's the first victim? Do you remember who the first victim was?
I feel like I was the first victim for starting the movie, but it's. But before we get into that, can we just address it's been 3 years since the last Jaws? What are they feeding those Brody kids? All right, they
Has it been 3 years?
They're Wheaties.
Apparently, nothing but whole grain product 19 for both the kids.
I think it was 4 years, was it not?
7.
It's 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Mo. It's
only
4 years is a big difference, man.
It was 3 years in movie release, but it's 4 years.
Yeah.
In age, right?
Okay.
And then
my apologies to the panel in the chat for spreading mistruths and lies, like the mayor. So
now,
the mayor's gonna. He was probably the only one that ran on Amityville.
The kids have grown. They got friends. Obviously, sailing is the thing to do there with all the hip teens and everybody. Why was the first scene with all the teenagers in a bar? Were they all drinking and smoking like when they were all together? Is that what was going on?
Well, people got to understand, back in 1978, 77, 78, 18-year-olds could drink for the most part across the country in most states.
They didn't shut down. They didn't kick kids out of the bars either. So
no,
you could have dinner and drinks there at the same time.
Oh yeah. So you're right. They all look like 30-year-olds. So I think what happens is they go to the lighthouse and there was a killer whale that was chewed up, right? Was that technically the first victim?
Yeah, it's symbolic. It's an orca.
That's what I was saying. Like, was that a knock at the movie Orca?
No,
the last victim was the orca ship boat.
It was the photographer.
Oh, the diver.
It's so forgettable. I understand.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
but when they're going to the orca, and then they find the orca on the beach.
That's right. It's the diver. They found the wreck ship, and that's where he takes the crazy photograph where the mayor and crew think it's just mud. So shout out Sherry, X-Wings in the chat, Turd Ferguson, Highlander. I think y'all 27 beautiful people here hanging out with us while everybody else is streaming. It's all good. I appreciate y'all being here. So the diver is the first one. They didn't get the film developed for some reason because back in those days it took like 2 weeks, right, to get the film developed from the diver. But then like
the photo hut, have them develop it.
I was gonna say, don't you have a Sears? Right?
Not on Amity Island. You better just send that to the mainland to get them developed, or the local guy.
But they did find a giant killer whale that was chewed up, and you know, it already begins. There's got to be a shark, right? There's got to be another shark. It's been years. I don't know what's going on, but now his wife now is working with the city council. Is that where it is? Like, she's got a job with that one guy who's not really the mayor, but what is he? Is he like a city councilman? Is he a developer? Who is this weird guy that's angry at Brody? Who is this guy that's in all the government meetings? Like, what was his official title?
I was wondering, but apparently he had some pull. I think he was like an official because it was on a board. I thought.
He's putting money in everybody's pockets, so they gotta listen to him.
That's why I think he's like some kind of developer or something, because they're doing a tour of the beach with other developers, right? When Brody decides to shoot up the whole beach while they were there. So we get the dead killer whale. Then Brody decides, like, he finally gets the photo and he sees a shark. It's not that telling. We kind of look at it and we're like, maybe, you know. Then he has a freaking meeting with everyone. Oh, no. He sees it and then he makes the bullets, right? That's what's going on next.
The
bullets
we're seeing? Cyanide in him.
Yeah. He makes
wax.
He's like, the thing that's weird about that scene is he's hiding it from everybody. He's the freaking chief of police. Why does he have to hide it from like his deputies, his family, like all that stuff, right?
What, making cyanide bullets? I can't imagine why he would want to keep that on the down low.
You're the chief of police. Like he could have said anything, you know. He could have said anything.
These damn riders. Yeah.
He could have said anything. So he talks to the mayor and is like, I think we got another shark on our hands. And the mayor's like, we're not going through that again. You know, so he decides to like have a, like, I don't know, the meeting happens with the council and they don't see the shark, right? They don't see the shark on that picture. They think it's a bunch of mud. So now he's making cyanide bullets. And this whole time, like, he's not letting his son go out with all his friends over the summer. He gets him a job, you know, painting whatever those beach huts. So, and then there's the new girl that shows up. Women are always like, seems to be the problem here, you know?
True.
The new girl shows up and he wants to take her out or something. They all want to go sailing, all those things. Kind of crazy how it's all starting to mix together. Now you're starting to learn some of the, you know, the mayor's kid is kind of a jerk like his dad. Then you got the fat kid who's like bigger than everyone. He's got the clown hair, you know, but he's the lovable one. And then there's Michael who's like supposed to, I guess they tried to make them all like their parents, you know. He's like, I guess he's supposed to be the most responsible one. And yeah, he goes to the beach. He sees some bluefish and he freaking shoots up the beach, right?
Starts unloading with his illegal cyanide hollow tip bullets.
The crazy scene from that is when like he pulls his gun out. There's like a kid still in the water, you know, just kind of standing there like, I'm in the way. And they find out that he's shooting bluefish.
It's bluefish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just calm down. It's bluefish. All while, before that happens, though, I think we skipped the biggest part, right? The lady water skiing.
Oh, jeez.
Wasn't that the
thing? Other side of the island.
What do you call that when it's on the surfboard thing? Is it wakeboarding? or is it? No,
She was
that's
just
not
doing one ski, right?
one ski. I don't know, but she's doing that. It's on the cover. It's on the poster.
And that's supposed to be like the big scene, right? Like, I gotta say this. Number one, that grandma's house is probably some of the best beachfront property I have ever seen in my life. That thing is like literally on the shore, and she's just sitting there on her porch knitting. I was like, that's got to be worth like millions of dollars in today's market, let alone back in those days. It's like, I'm like, who has a house that's like right there? You can't be telling me that the shore doesn't come up. So she had a house like right up front. And yeah, then does it get a little ridiculous with the ski scene?
It does. The ski scene is ridiculous, but then the driver of the boat takes it up a whole other notch. And I don't want to jump right into it, but it's so
you can. We're on Jaws 2.
Oh, okay. But I'm just okay. Look, yeah, she's okay. So nabbing a skier, whatever you want to say, just for sake of expedience, whatever. That was ridiculous because they're like traveling at speed, and that shark is really going for it. The freaking woman, the mom, I'm supposing, of the skier, is in the boat, decides to pull out a can of gasoline. And a la Shark Bar herself. And like, she just lights her and the shark on fire. And then apparently instead of a firewall on the boat or any kind of like shell, apparently just everything has a main line to the gas tank, and it exploded. She was transporting C4 across the ocean,
Did she shoot him with a flare gun?
That's what it was. Yeah, she knew she poured gasoline, so it wasn't even like it accidentally spilled. She's like, blam. You know what? I'm glad that lineage is gone now. That girl and that woman are no longer in the world of Jaws.
This is the scene that Mo is talking about. If you didn't see
it, it's so bad. It's good.
That's the scene right there. This is on YouTube. I don't know why when I play it, I'll probably get in trouble. But this is like we're gonna break down this scene. So right here, you can tell that shark is going. How fast are we going?
It's gotta be going like 30 miles per hour.
That shark is moving too. You can see that shark is moving, So now it disappears. All right, first of all, she's not even checking on her skier. She's just
I'm driving in the 70s. I got to move my steering wheel.
I just did the math, though. So, skiing with the water boat, 15 to 20 miles per hour or 30 miles per hour for an experienced recreational skier. Great whites do swim up to 35 miles per hour.
But can they maintain that speed? That's the key.
I think if they're hunting, I don't know.
Look, we're using the wrong metric here. X-Wing's got it. Shark's doing 65 feet per hour. My bad. He's right.
The thing is, once the fin goes down, like there's like no like this. It goes on for a little bit longer than normal, right? There's no. Where is the shark at this point? There we go. So they had to use real footage of a shark to try to make, I guess, realism.
I think there's some great shots in this.
I think that's kind of cool.
Chase camera through the water.
I will say.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say you are correct. I think the John Williams score in this movie, if you listen to it, is better than the first. I think it's better than the first. So I'm gonna.
I'd have to listen to it without the sound mixer, burying it underneath horrible mixing.
It's so good, man. If you have like Spotify or something, you can get it. It's
Okay, so there's one major complaint about this whole movie. There's no blood. There barely is any, and there should have been bubbling blood and things like that. Like it should have been more violent. There wasn't any of that.
No, and apparently this woman gets swallowed whole because there's nothing left, you know? Like there's like nothing left of this woman. So she gets swallowed whole. Everyone's like, Jay, be careful. No, I got you. I'm gonna speed up
If
just
this
a little
happened in
bit.
Jaws 1, you'd see a leg floating down. To the bottom,
Yeah,
right?
something
Yeah,
there.
or something, or bubbling blood under the kidney kid. Jeez.
So this is Mo's favorite scene where she gets let's see. Okay. Now, at this point, she could probably maybe she could just make an escape. Oh, look at that. I'm trying to get the top of the boat. Yeah, there we go. So here's a fun fact of the film. They had to make 3 sharks in this movie because they had a problem with the gears and the shark couldn't get its mouth closed. And it all started when they rammed this boat. When this boat got rammed with a fake shark, it broke the jaw. So they had to make another shark, and the same thing happened. Escape to where? I think at this point she could just start up the freaking engine and get out. Like that's what I'm thinking. The boat could still work. So, but you know, nice old wooden boat there. But yeah, here she goes. First thing she grabs.
Sorry.
I mean, we've all done this, right? We picked up gas and accidentally spilled it all over ourselves.
I mean, who doesn't know somebody who's accidentally died in a freak gasoline fight accident, right?
All right, what was the point? She totally missed hitting the shark, so it falls over. Flare gun. And it blows up.
There was so much gas on that boat, you have no idea. She had 3 other gas cans underneath the.
I know, like, how long were they going to be out there? The other thing, too, like I said, this grandma, she must be some kind of mafia drug dealer or something, because the fact that her house is right there on the beach, you guys don't understand. That is some crazy property right there. Look at that. She's literally looking out on the ocean.
And by the way, at that, she's like, I think there was some smoke. Like later in the movie,
Yeah.
She had a front row seat to a freaking mushroom cloud. She's like, I think there was.
I hope the
smoke out
stream
there.
stays up. Holy, if we were monetized, I wouldn't show that much. But yeah,
Her vision's not that good.
that's true. That's true. So that was the water ski incident. Yeah, I guess you had a lot of issues with that scene.
They were probably smuggling fireworks too for the 4th of July.
I know people have beach houses. I'm just saying that particular home right there on an island, it's probably worth a lot of money. So that's all I'm saying. This whole issue brought us to the point of Cable Junction. Something a little different. So he has the deputy drag these giant hooks, and they pull up this giant cable, I guess, that powers the entire island. Was it just one? Like,
no,
this
it's
was
a
the
power cord. It's an underwater power cord, which you can totally scoop up with the hook at any given moment. That's how they're designed and able to stay on the bottom of the ocean, is that you can just hook one accidentally all the time.
You can hear it like humming when he pulls it up. So, and in the movie, they try to make it seem like he hooked the shark, you know? He's like, we got something very big. And then a little bit later, it's like Chief Brody sees like a piece of floating wood randomly, so he pulls the truck over to try to get it, and that the burned up lady comes out of the water. Oh man, it's just setting it all up, man. It's setting it all up for craziness. So now we get to halfway through. Chief Brody has shot up the beach with bad bullets. He goes to the meeting and they fire him, and he is no longer Chief Brody anymore. He's been fired, and he's looking at like wanted ads in the paper. I guess they're going to stick around Amity after he's been fired from his job. He's looking to be like a painter or something. I don't know. He had some job circled in the paper, right? His son does what not every, but a lot of teenagers do. They sneak out of the house and tells a fib to dear old mom and dad because he wants to be with the women, his friends, and the little brother catches him. So he's like, all right, be quiet. You can come along with me. And they decide that they're all going to set sail to the lighthouse. But unfortunately, they want to go to a spot a little bit past the lighthouse, right? Is that correct?
It's like I thought it was like around the lighthouse. They're going to tie up there or something like that. But I'm not surprised his little brothers found out that he was leaving. The amount of cologne that the older brother put on was quite alarming. That would have woken anybody up. Yeah. He's just like, he was getting ready. All right. He was excited.
But this is where like the shark has like a vengeance, he's going after these teenagers. He forgets about everything else. He doesn't care about what's at the beach. Doesn't care about anything. He's going after these sailboats, and the first attack hits, man, and it's crazy. People getting knocked out of the water. Boats are being flipped. They're running the sailboats into each other. And Michael, the oldest son, gets knocked unconscious. He's just floating there, like almost like a dead corpse. And the two nerds, their boat is fine because they were smart enough not to sail close to the others. And so they were able to rescue Michael in the last second. And I don't think anybody died in that scene. No one's died yet. I think it just rattled them all up and smashed all the boats.
I think
because then we get to the couple that's constantly making out, right? They parked the boat because they were gonna have a little alone time, and the shark knocks him overboard. Right, that scene. You remember that scene?
Oh yeah, like he was getting the blanket.
Yeah, that's right.
Such a gentleman. Yes.
And so that's Jaws kills the boyfriend. Were you applauding the shark at that point? That's such a crazy death because he's swimming. The shark is on the other side. It goes under the boat. Then the shark grabs him and just thrusts him into the boat, like top speed. And he's holding on to the side of the boat and eventually rips him away. And you never hear from him again.
Yep.
And she like goes into like a shock, just laying down in the boat, calling for her mom or Jesus or something like that.
She was like the best actress in the movie too.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
PTSD. Shark.
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds to spit out that word.
We have a clip from.
Well, it could have been worse. I mean, obviously, Jaws swallowed him whole too because there was no blood in that scene.
Yeah. So like, is this shark just bigger?
I think this
was
bigger.
just the change of director.
Shark didn't have dental insurance, so he didn't want to hurt his teeth. I think that's why.
Yeah, so here is the this is the if you don't remember, this is the lovely couple that's just like,
hold on a minute. There we go.
Bro, I gotta tell you, man, as someone like that just looks scary. If they were out in the middle of the ocean in that small little boat like that, that's freaking scary to me, dude. I'm not a boat guy like that, so I don't know if you guys could handle that. Maybe.
No.
The ocean scares me.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, this is fun.
And what about sailing?
What about it?
He had one thing on his mind. He even named the boat Tina. So let's see. He's getting the other blanket. Comes the freaking shark.
Well, here's your blanket.
And off he goes. That's crazy. But see, then he's swimming.
Jesus. Eddie, swim! Swim fast! It's a shark, Eddie! Swim!
I mean, you knew right then and there. Like, he's a goner, dude. Look how far away. Look how far away he is, bro.
He's toast.
He's just way too far, and it looks like he's like swimming like he's got like Down syndrome. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's awful, man. He's supposed to be an islander. That guy should be doing laps, bro. Like, he should be hitting it. All I know is if I'm ever in a freaking like water and someone says shark, I will be running on top of the water. I don't know. That's
apparently there's a lot of inbreeding on Amity Island because a woman poured gasoline on herself. He can't swim even though he's on an island. I mean, I'm sensing a pattern here.
Such a cool shot.
Eddie, hurry! Faster! Come on, swim! Hurry! Hurry, Eddie!
Never enough.
Got him. Got him. It's just crazy to me right here. Like, this part, like, oh, just rams him right up to the boat, dude. That's the end of Eddie.
That was kind of like a callback to the first kill in Jaws 1, too. The pulling him through the water like the girl. So.
Yeah, and then he's dead. That's the end of Eddie. I thought that was a great scene. When I first saw this film, that scene scared me to death. It is just like the fact that you're like that far out and trying to swim to make it in a giant shark. It is like, that's insane, dude. It's insane. So that was like one of the major kill scenes too. Eddie's dead. So now, they can't find the kids. Chief Brody's not the chief, but he takes the police boat anyway. No one's saying anything.
Who's going to arrest him?
The word's not out yet that he technically isn't the chief anymore. So I love the fact that he's like, where's the lighthouse? It's like 40 degrees. He goes, I don't know any of that crap. Just point. He's like, just go that way. It's like, that's all you need to know. That's terrible. You get lost quick going out there doing that. That's for sure. So makes it out to the lighthouse, sees his son. Son is like awoke from like his head trauma. He's like, Sean's out there, Dad. I'm sorry. And he's like, all right, don't worry about it. Just get to the lighthouse and don't ever leave till I get back. And you don't like this so far, Mo? Like, you bored? Like, this is what's going on?
Roy. Wow, I'm catching a lot of heat here.
No, it's okay.
Roy Scheider is he just doesn't. He's just like, I do not want to be in this movie. You could tell in the first movie he was pretending to be drunk. I think he might have actually been drunk during this movie. He just because from what you said when we talked about Jaws in the last stream is that he was contractually obligated to not want to do this movie. You could tell, like, he tried, but he just wasn't in it. I didn't like this movie because it was devoid of character. That's all Jaws 1 had. First Jaws was full of so much character, so much like wonderful like character building, and you cared about everybody. I wanted all the kids to be fish food in this movie. I couldn't stand the Brody kids, the stupid kid with the fro, Eddie, all of them. I wanted it to be USS Indianapolis 2. That's what I wanted it to be. Just pick them off. But yeah, it just wasn't it wasn't bad enough to be good. It just was kind of It was an movie.
Movies, you have a different.
I still think it's a good movie. It's not amazing like the first Jaws, but I agree with you that there's not as much character. I mean, they didn't do any character building in this because I mean, it's basically just Brody's movie, and we already know everything we need to know about him. So they didn't put any effort into that in the script. So,
I mean, when did you get like? This wasn't your first time seeing it, right? It was like a rewatch for you, Mo. Like, or was this like the first time?
Me, always the first time. I might have caught bits and pieces like you do back in
So
the 80s.
you knew like he was going to be electrocuted?
No, oh my goodness.
Oh no, so that was kind of new. Like you didn't know how they were going to stop the shark. What was your like initial like? How did you think they were going to stop the shark?
It was kind of heavy-handed when they pulled the power line out of the water. I'm like, why is this germane to the entire plot of the story? Or
Yeah.
I kind of felt like there was a bit hit, but I was like, there's no way they're gonna elect. And then Brody's beating the crap out of the power line with an oar, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And the death scene was
Which
bit
one?
excessive. Just
Oh, the shark death scene?
the shark.
When
Yeah.
he's like burning and electrocuted and his eyes are all on fire and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You think
and
he
then
got his job back after that? He just saved the mayor's kid. You know? You get
he
your
saved
job
the.
back?
They wouldn't have been able to get that Holiday Inn to start off the movie if he hadn't saved the island, and that still wasn't enough to get the mayor on his side. I don't think anything would help. I think he could show like his son getting eaten by a shark. He's like, I don't know, Chief. You know, like that mayor was unhelpable. Like, so what I'm hearing, no. And not really. I'd say they're about the 2 and 4 about here and here as far as making sense. But
Well, the next death scene is the helicopter. The helicopter guy, you know, Chief Brody radios in to like, I don't know who that is. Is he part of the police department or just some guy with a helicopter? You know, you don't even know who he is. And he's got one of them classic old crazy like ones that float on water, right?
oh my goodness. Okay. Is this okay? I want to know this like legitimately. This is like a Mythbusters thing I've never seen. Can you tow things with a helicopter, especially one that size? Is that a good idea?
To like tow in boats and
To
stuff?
tow anything? Would you tow like a grocery bag with that thing? Would that be a good idea? You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the scene is, and I probably won't play it, but like the scene, the helicopter lands. I mean, a little far, of course. And look at that helicopter, dude. It's like it looks like a lot of fun to pilot, honestly.
little dragonfly.
Yeah. It's very small. But then like he freaking gets he starts to get the kids out.
The sound of the helicopter drew the shark in.
Did you know that there was a deleted scene with this, Mo?
I did not, but I mean, this whole movie should have been a deleted scene. But continue.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna the deleted rare uncut helicopter attack scene. Yeah, that's right. It gets crazy. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen this either. It gets pretty wild. As you can see, it's like bad footage for some reason. All right, hold on. He's tearing it up. The helicopter goes down. And then now the pilot's underwater. All right. So there's this whole scene where now the pilot's trying to get out. Now he's still alive. You know? Because the shark is looking for him. They try to take him out. So like, yeah, like this whole scene, like where the shark actually like I think it gets a hold of his leg and pulls him down under. Yeah. So
That's a TBS watermark on it.
Is it really?
Yeah, there was a TBS watermark on the underwater stuff. So that must have been from a TV edit.
Oh,
be
there
like,
you go. Yeah.
The cut you've never seen on TBS tonight.
At 8:35 p.m.
Where is that watermark? Oh yeah,
Right
There it
it
is.
is.
Oh
There it is.
wow, that's an old TBS one.
Yeah, so that was the deleted scene. After the shark ate or killed the helicopter pilot, he wasn't done. He then went to attack the kids again. And that's when the babysitter gets it right in front of Sean. Freaking little kid couldn't grab the rope to help her get up. So it's like, get the rope. He's like, I can't get up. He's like, Sean, hurry up. The shark is coming. Get the rope. And the shark just,
Oh my goodness.
it's your fault, little Sean. It's your fault. Poor little guy.
Yeah. That kid grows up to work at SeaWorld.
I know.
Did he work?
He grows up to
at
be
SeaWorld?
He grows up to be the chief of police of the town in Jaws the Revenge. It was the older brother that works at SeaWorld.
Oh, yeah, it's the older brother.
Yeah, he just came to visit. So then they tie everything together. Everyone's in a shock. And they're like, we're going to drift to a place called Cable Junction. And Chief Brody catches them when they're like a little bit, I guess one of the boats gets stuck on the bottom. And they're stuck. So the Chief Brody like tries to like get people over. The shark freaks out and he hits the gas and he ends up crashing the only workable metal boats onto Cable Junction while some of the kids are swimming for their life. To make it on there. One of the girls, one of the hot blondes, didn't get eaten. I almost said didn't get ate. But she got like, I guess the shark's scales like cut her ribs. So he wasn't a chief, he was a deputy. Who was that? Who are you talking about, Dr. Manzor? Who was you talking about the helicopter pilot?
No, I think he's talking about Sean in 4.
Oh, he was the oh yeah, that's right. He was the deputy. Correct. We haven't gotten there yet, but yeah, you are correct. So then like all of a sudden, Chief Brody remembers that he read somewhere in a book that sharks are sensitive to sound. So he decides to get a little paddle boat onto the electric cable and hits it with the paddle and it attracts the shark. So then the shark bites it and electrocutes, and that's the end of the film.
Yes. After 3 minutes of electrocution, by the way, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Jaws is gone. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. It was one of those things. But that is that's pretty much Jaws 2. Now, Jaws 2 had some interesting facts that we'll go through. And please interrupt anytime if you want to share. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, 10 interesting facts about the making of Jaws 2. When was this scene? That must have been a boat, right? I don't remember that.
The girl that gets the cut ribs?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what it was. It was the highest performing movie of the year for Universal Studios, although it didn't receive the critical acclaim as much loved predecessor. Still, the film is much better than the other Jaws sequels. Can you agree that this was better than Jaws 3 and 4? The two of you.
Yeah. As a film, yeah. As entertainment value, probably.
No. As film, it was middling, but not horrendous. But 3, I like better.
You like 3 better?
And we'll get to it when we get to that movie. I don't want to bury it, but yeah, I like 3 better.
I like 2 better. 3 was like I couldn't even label that as a Jaws film. It was more of a what am I watching kind of thing. It was I laughed at a lot of stuff.
I think 2 is the better made film. So
Jaws 2 was almost based on a real life shark story. So originally the script was supposed to be a prequel to Quint's life on the Indianapolis. You think that would have been a better movie?
If they did it right, as any movie, but yeah, that would have been way more interesting.
It would have been like the same concept, right? It would have been like Quint, a younger Quint, going into the water, waiting to be rescued while the sharks go around. Yeah, it wouldn't be. It might not have been a Jaws movie, right? Unless there was like one specific shark that they stabbed or something, and like it just kept coming back. You could see like the spear in the side of it just kept coming back. I thought that'd be an interesting concept if they did that. They did that. The original director was fired from production. When Spielberg turned down the opportunity, the director's reins were handed over to California dreaming director John Hancock. His vision of Amity Island, his setting for the first two Jaws films, was a dark one. In direct contrast with the colorful and vibrant town of the first film, he wanted to show the town in decline after the shark attacks. That might have made more sense.
Yeah, I think that's more realistic. Not, we got a new Holiday Inn.
I think that would make a lot more sense. It's like, yeah, we're not coming back to that town. That's like people died there. It's like it turns into like ghost stories at that point, right?
Quint's no longer there to kill him.
With Hancock's vision, however, and according to Bloody Disgusting, he was fired a month after work had begun on the film. He was then replaced by French director. I can't pronounce that name.
Jeannot Schwark.
No wonder Brody. No wonder Roy Schreider didn't get along with the director. He was French.
I think it's
Roy Schreider didn't want to
Shark.
return to the role. Star of the first film, Roy Schreider returned to his role as Chief Brody in the film, but he was initially reluctant to do so. According to an article, he was forced to return to the film by the studio because of a contract dispute. The actor was paid 4 times more than he earned in the first film, but he allegedly hated his time on the movie set. In the film's IMDb page, he states he pleaded insanity after a crazy outburst at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And this was a ploy to be removed from the film. His plan didn't work, however. He was forced to remain on the film. Well, that's crazy. And then apparently this says that Roy and the director got into an altercation, that they were like, the producer tried to get the pair to air their differences. This resulted in a physical altercation between the two. That's insane, man. That's insane. Like, you got to like go to work and the director has to tell you how to do stuff. And you hate that. You just got into a physical fight with the guy, and then you got to listen to his direction. Definitely, you could tell like there was like stuff going on just by watching the film. No.
Yeah, I just felt like like Roy just did not feel like he wanted to be there. He was an actor and he was professional, but it didn't have that same.
Hold on. How is it a professional when you get into a fist fight with
He's
the
French.
director of the film? How is that being professional?
He's French. You should always punch French people. They deserve it. No, I wouldn't do that in real life, people, but I'm just saying. Hey, man, he didn't want to be there. The actors are actors, but and this was back in the time where men could actually be men. So, yeah, it might be a little hard to work after that.
You want to step outside and handle it like a man?
It probably actually got better after they fought. They got a little bit of tension out.
Dude,
Like, all right.
Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw, their interactions were odd. They did not like each other in real life, and they channeled that into their interactions in Jaws, and it worked to great effect. This, I think, kind of had the opposite effect.
A real hammerhead shark endangered the cast. According to the Jaws fandom page, some members of the cast had more than a mechanical shark to worry about. A young Mark Gilpin, who played Brody's son in the movie, revealed that a real hammerhead shark was present during the filming of one of the movie scenes. That ought to be scary. How it's pretty scary, That's all you need.
Not sure
real footage of the shark.
Get you.
Yeah, right. Real footage of the shark. I wonder if like they had really been attacked if they would have left that in the film.
Use it.
They've been more insidious stuff.
Oh no, Jaws already squeezed out everything you can get from a shark movie. There was no. I agree. Real footage of the shark was used in the film. Yeah, we saw that. Locals were cast as extra, but let's see. Many of the movie's extras consist of Florida locals, including students from the Gulf Breeze High School at Martha's Vineyard. And many of the residents can be spotted in the movie beach scenes, and some were hired as stand-ins for the film's teenage actors. They do that in the first one?
Oh yeah, they were definitely townies, because
locals. But not every resident was happy about the invasion of Hollywood. However, Universal Go Home t-shirts were being worn by many in the area's locals, although it might be that some of them protested because they were more than a little miffed at not being included in the film. Yeah, imagine everything's settling down. How many visitors did Martha's Vineyard get after the movie? Did people go there just for to see where it was filmed? It's like taking a trip to the Goonies house, Do people I know they do tours at Martha's Vineyard, like Jaws filming locations. So anybody like to go?
I thought it was a summertime.
No, I'd love to go to Martha's Vineyard for any reason. But I like how Screen Rant said it was Florida locals in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I think ChatGPT had a little aneurysm there. But anyways.
Robot wrote this.
Were you going to say movies about being summertime?
Oh, it was just a joke. How
I got you. The mechanical shark from the original film had rotted, so new models had been created. The design for the sharks were more ambitious than those provided for the first film. It included a new mouth mechanism to fix the faults that were presented the first time around. The shark's nickname were Bruce 2.
About as creative as the movie.
As with the first film, shooting films wasn't easy. Tides, winds, water spouts, jellyfish, genuine. Did they film some of this in Florida? Did they film that scene in Florida and not Martha's Vineyard? Help me out, chat. Did they film some of that in Florida? I don't know. To show the different weather. I don't know.
It's the wording of that
Breeze
sentence.
High School is in Florida, but it's like Martha's Vineyard is not where that high school's at.
Yeah, the way they wrote that sentence, it makes it sound like it's all part of the same area.
Right,
They're not
right,
differentiating, which is part for the course. Stream it.
Things didn't go well with the movie Shark. I talked about that where they couldn't get the mouth closed. It was wide open for the majority of the movie. The gums fell apart after it chomped down on the boat. Are you ready for this, though, chat? Here is the drum roll, please. Here is the box office numbers for Jaws films. We'll probably go back to this as we go through each one. Jaws 2 had a $20 million budget and worldwide did $208 million, making it another blockbuster for the time.
Huge.
And also, as we get into Jaws 3, as much as a lot of people didn't like it, it was also very successful in the box office. So kind of crazy. The only one that wasn't successful was Jaws 4. I wonder why. Critical scores go as followed for Jaws 2. They weren't so nice. Can you believe that?
I was reasonable on mine. I should have rated it lower, to be honest, but yes.
Yeah, we got it's like a 64. So it was rad. We gave it a rad rating. I gave it a 79. I was like, I really like Jaws. Wasp gave it a 76.
That shirt right there from the thumbnail is the best. The mouth's all.
Yeah, it's all contorted. And you can see the mechanics. The mechanics. Whoops, sorry. You can see the mechanics in that thumbnail. Mo gave it a 50. Why do you say poor John Williams?
Because he made a great score in a horrible movie. They both had to be subjected to just garbage. It's happened before. You besmirch your good name by taking on projects you probably shouldn't have.
Highlander gave it a 58. Beach Dad a 78. Thank you guys for participating. I see you guys in the chat. Dixie gave it a 58. I think we got a shark problem. Are you serious? Same story, worse result. Pretty much. 75. Fergusonian 45. Jaws didn't need a sequel. Yeah, I agree. Bulldog gave it a 48. Look at that, 115th review. Good for you, brother. Alex gave it a 90, baby.
Mm.
Not as good as the first one, but still pretty awesome. Nick gave it a 62. Bro, I love that. So that is the cover for the album. Like that scene right there. I like that so much better than the skier. Like I thought that poster was so much better. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. The Hooded Man gave it a 40. Second half turns into a dull slasher movie. Jonas gave it a 39. The same mayor from the last movie is somehow still in office and doesn't believe that there could be another shark in I actually like the idea. There it is. There it is again. There's that bent mouth. You can see the gears in there. That was actually in the film. Dr. Manzar gave it a 70. Broken Wrench gave it a 80. And I think I'll just go a couple more because now we're getting into July. Thank you guys for watching. Look at that. Chewbacca Near gave it an 80. I love it. 100. 100. I gave it a 70 because I thought like I always enjoyed this film when it was on for some reason they'd always put this on TBS or something. It was always on TV like back in the day. And I just watched it enough to where I learned the lines of the film. So it just became like Jaws 1 and 2 just became connected to me for some reason. Like they were just like connected movies. So what could have made it better, Mo?
Not releasing
just
it.
Not making it?
What could have made it better? Yeah, I love how they're like, Dr. Hooper is like, oh, you're taking advantage of the fact that there's no cell phones in 1978. Good job. Like Dr. Hooper wasn't reachable. Of course he's not. It sounded like Roy was annoyed that he wasn't on this movie with him in real life. But what should have been different? Too much kids, man. I didn't care about any of those kids. I didn't care when Eddie died. I wanted all those kids to turn into fish food. That just same problem we have in movies nowadays, just slop. This was slop. I think they could have done something a bit different, but it was too methodic. It was obviously a cash grab. They knew people were going to watch it. It was just, I felt like they're trying to take advantage of the people that loved the first one back when this came out. You could almost feel the cynicism in this movie from that perspective. I just think it didn't need to be made. It was just pointless. If a man saves your town, you think you'd give him a little more leeway. Instead, they treat him like more of a dick than it did in the first one. I'm just saying, the pacing was awful. The acting was only as good as what Roy could muster, and everybody else stunk. I couldn't stand the movie. It was just bad. It was a plod to get through. Sorry, it was bad.
Confirm, Mo.
Only those ones, but luckily they're all like 65 now, so I don't have to worry about them anymore. They're a bit gamey for Jaws.
What about you, movies? Why did you like this film? Don't worry about what Mo said.
I just like Jaws movies. I'm just wondering, is this the first cash grab sequel ever made?
It came out in what year did it come out?
78. There's other sequels before this.
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes was grabbing cash like it was.
That was about the same time too, but was it? Yeah,
it was a bit before. Yeah.
It just seems like one of the first big hits that was in a cash grab. It
Let me
definitely
see.
started the trend of, we need to make sequels to everything with Jaws.
Yeah, they're like
That's
Shark.
true, right? Like,
I like Shark.
here is
Maybe it's because
the
I saw this when I was a kid. I always liked this movie.
Yeah.
So I related to the kids more. That's about when I first saw it. I was the age of the kids in the movie. And I think as soon as the movie gets to the boat scene, I think it's a lot of fun. So
this is the 78 box office. Of course, Star Wars came out the year before, so it rolled over into 78. But Jaws 2 was number 6. Grease was number 1. Animal House, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Every Which Way But Loose. What was Every Which Way But Loose? What is that movie?
the
Is
second
that
monkey
Clint
movie.
Eastwood?
Yeah.
That's Clint Eastwood and the orangutan.
And the
With
monkey. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
Oh, no, that's the
Or whatever.
I
that
thought it was the
thing is.
orangutan giving the finger. I thought that was Every Which Way
Yeah.
to Loose. Yeah.
That's the first one.
Heaven Can Wait. What the freak? The
Burns.
Lord of the Rings? What is that? The cartoon?
Yeah, that would be the animated one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Damien the Omen 2, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and Brass Target. Holy crap. I think I've seen Jaws 2, Close Encounters, Animal House, Grease, of course, A New Hope, Superman. I think that's it off that list. Saturday Night Fever. I never saw that film. I mean, I know about it, but I've never watched the whole thing. So,
And Travolta killed it that year. Grease
Yeah.
and Saturday Night Fever.
oh, that's right. Yeah, he was in Grease. My goodness.
Fran Drescher was a smoke show in Saturday Night Fever, by the way. She didn't always have that voice.
That was just for the
She was-
TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. No, she was really good. It was a good
Box
movie.
off. There it is. Then we move quickly to 1983 with the booming 3D market, right? Everybody wanted to watch a movie in that old classic blue and red, right? Was it still blue and red back then?
Yeah,
3D
Was it?
glasses, or did we get into like the shadowy ones?
No, not the shadowy ones. I thought this was the clear one where it kind of had the hologram. I thought they were past the green, the blue and red at this point. I thought it was
They
something
might
really
have been.
different.
They might have been.
But it wasn't far from it. That's for sure. It was the technology was the same. It was plastic on cardboard, for sure.
Yeah, that was rough. The thing with Jaws 3, if you watch it without watching it in 3D, it's like the 3D scenes that they try to get you in were just so ridiculous. It was just like slow moving in the camera, you know, and they just dangled it there for a while, and you just like Jorge said it was blue and red. Yeah. It just like they dangled whatever they wanted in 3D, like just on the screen for a little bit. So I guess they waited for your eyes to adjust so you could see it. And then like, oh man. Yeah, it was very weird.
They wanted you to try to reach out and grab it.
It was very weird. Jaws 3 does have the Brody kids, but this takes place in SeaWorld, Florida. Filmed in Orlando, but made it seem like SeaWorld was connected to the ocean.
Yeah.
Even though it's not. They called it Jaws 3D. Crazy how it was a box office success, because I guess people wanted to see I guess in their minds, they were like, we're going to see a shark like jump off the screen and bite us. It's going to be great. Who knew?
Or you
I
can
have
just
no
get
idea.
a bass's head floating at the credits for about a minute in a cloud of blood.
Wasn't that the
interesting.
beginning?
Yeah, it floats there uncomfortably long. They're like, look what we can do. Isn't this awesome? It's like,
That's what
we
I'm
gotta
saying.
move on.
Like it was like the 3D. Well, the oldest Brody kid is a scientist at SeaWorld, a marine biologist, I guess. And he's dating the other marine biologist. That was back in the day when they were allowing killer whales to to like do tricks. They don't do that anymore. That is a no-no. That is a no-no. There is no modern day trailer for Jaws, if you believe it or not, but we do have the regular trailer. So let's watch how ridiculous this is. And thank you everyone for being here. If you could do us a favor and hit that like button, that'd be freaking great. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Is it going to show all the 3D scenes in the trailer?
What was that?
Is it going to show all the 3D scenes in the trailer? Because there's only like 30 seconds of 3D in this whole movie.
I don't know.
Tried to go back in the water. Just when you were starting to think it was safe, along came the second.
Boy, it's all blurry.
Now, nature's most terrifying creature has returned in an all-new adventure.
Hold on, I gotta find a 4K version.
How about a 0.5K version? Something
something more than 360p.
Yes, please.
Let's see. I mean, sometimes that's all you got, you know. Oh yeah, here we go. Jaws 3 in 1080p. All right. I got I don't have like premium, so I've got an ad. All right, here we go. Here we go. You guys, hope you guys are, and tell me if you want me to pause that at any time. Some reason I can't max out the volume.
That's
well.
Weird. A creature alive today has survived millions of years.
You remember that time period where they had a cool guy with a voice like walking you through the trailer? That was like 80s and 90s, right? Wasn't that how it was? The year is 1983.
In a world.
World where people went to SeaWorld for fun.
Evolution. It lives to kill.
Is this just a
A
blank
mindless
screen?
eating machine that will attack and devour anything. One terrified you like nothing you have ever experienced when it captured your imagination and tapped your fear like no movie before it. Then, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, two continued the legend and spread the fear. Next summer, nature's most terrifying creature takes on an all-new dimension in an all-new adventure. And for the first time, the terror of Jaws will not stop at the edge of the screen. Jaws 3D. The third dimension is terror.
The third
Terrifying.
dimension is terror.
Oh my goodness.
What are the
Yo,
first two?
that's rough, dude. That is freaking rough, man. The third dimension is terror.
They're like trying to make it like it's like the sixth sense, right? You know, the five senses. They used the wrong analogy.
Yeah.
For dimensions.
The third dimension is terrible.
Well, it takes place in SeaWorld, and it's kind of funny as a theme park guy walking around, like watching this movie again, knowing like that elements of that SeaWorld is still there at SeaWorld. So like they did have a big lake in the front, and they still have that walk, but they put like walkways on it now. And they used to do ski shows in that lake, but it would just circle. They would just go in a circle. So the fact that they were filming those ski shows for this film, and literally they were just going like the way I guess they had the camera angle set up, it just would like they would just go in a circle to try to film that was kind of like I guess that's just how they were able to manage that. And that there must have been like some of the other scenes where they had like it's so weird how they had it set up. They were like they had some gate that opens up so the dolphins could go in and out of the ocean, right? Like, wasn't that like their whole motto? Like, let's open up a gate to the ocean so the dolphins could go out and like hang out and tell everyone, hey, like they're free to go if they want to. And then they lock the gate and like it's so freaking weird. So apparently the baby shark randomly finds its way through a tunnel into the SeaWorld area. Does he kill anybody? Does the baby shark kill anyone?
I don't think so.
I don't think
No.
so either.
Follows him in.
I appreciate you, Jake. We're trying to get there, man. We're trying to get there. I appreciate you. We just need the watch hours. So whatever y'all want to do is like keep the streams up or rewatch some stuff. Then we can get there. But I appreciate you. I don't think the baby shark killed anyone.
Yeah, if you're not having fun watching us tear these movies apart, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, it's going to be a long one. I don't know, but like the way that I remember growing this up, because I did see this in the theater. My dad took me to see it when I was young, and all I remember was that for some reason, either it was an interview or something. All I remember was I thought they were going to have a like killer whale shark showdown, like, or dolphins fighting the sharks. Like, I thought that's like what they were gonna like do. And so everyone was expecting a killer whale is gonna get loose from SeaWorld and fight the shark in 3D. And that was gonna be awesome, right? That was gonna be awesome. Well, the scenes inside of Jaws 3 where they're like underwater, that's actually the shark restaurant that's in SeaWorld right now that you can go and like have dinner at SeaWorld. It's a shark tank that has harmless sharks, lemon sharks and whatever swimming around, but it looks like they decked it out to look like office stations, and like they put couches in there and everything. And they probably just had a diver on the other side filming through the glass to make it look like the shark was looking at them in those certain scenes. So, but it's like, why did they think this was a good idea? Like, did they just think, oh, this will be great? We get attacked theme park guests,
Yeah, it'd be one thing if they filmed on location at SeaWorld, but not branded it like most movies do. But they're like SeaWorld, like every 5 minutes they're reminding you it's SeaWorld.
Yeah,
where you could drown in a tunnel or get eaten by.
I think the most surprising thing is SeaWorld let them use the brand where there's like an attack happening. So it's like horrible advertisements. Like, do you see what happened at SeaWorld? There was a shark attack. Let's not go there. So, maybe SeaWorld.
My favorite part is like where, Jaws runs into the tunnel twice and almost causes it to collapse in on itself. And grandma and kids and parents almost drown in the tunnels. And SeaWorld, it's like, I don't know if I'd put my name on that, but sure.
Well, like those, I guess that was a new thing they were trying to advertise, those underwater tunnels, right? That you could go and see fish. Some of those scenes were so ridiculous. It was like, they're like, we need everyone to evacuate the tunnels. It'll be fine. And then like the guide is like, okay, everybody walk slowly. And the little girl's like, Dad, look at that big fish. He turns around and cusses, and they just start booking it to like the next this giant shark in there. Anyway, the baby shark enters for some reason, but how do they discover that it's there? I can't remember. It didn't kill anybody, but it almost attacked some divers. I think that's what it was going right.
Oh, it was the skiers in the pyramid. Like they saw the shark.
That was the baby shark or the mom shark?
Because it didn't attack. It was like getting close and inquisitive, but it wasn't attacking. Not yet, anyways.
That's
at the beginning. Yeah.
I just watched this film, man. It's hard to remember. Yeah, so then they had this great idea, like, let's capture the shark. So they capture the shark. They're like sticking their arm down its mouth, you know, like getting it revived in the tank. And then the president of Louis Gossett Jr. was like, let's just put him in the tank. And they put him in that tank where you could stick your hands in the water. You've got like this great white shark where like they can stick their hands in the, oh man.
Yeah, they put it in the stingray wading pool.
Right. It's exactly what they put it in.
That was the cutest baby shark.
Oh,
I know. I know. It's that they put it in the touch tank. Everybody, there's the gray white. And the gray white dies because even to this day, it is actually true. I remember looking that up on Google when I was watching it the other day, that there is no great white shark in captivity because they die. That a couple of the larger tanks in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi or wherever it is, Dubai, tried to get some great white sharks in there because they thought their tanks were big enough, and they still died. They just can't live in for some reason they just die. So
did they last longer than little Timmy's goldfish? Because that shark was there for about a minute. Like even the goldfish on your counter growing up lived a little longer than that great white.
Secondly, I gotta address this. What is going on with The Office? Like, what is these giant computer? Like, what do they need all that for? Like, look at this. Like they're in NASA or something. You know?
SeaWorld's a high-tech place.
Calvin Bouchard, may I please have your kind attention? Due to technical difficulties, it has become necessary for us to temporarily close the undersea kingdom. Now, for those of y'all who are still...
Secondly, let's look at the theme park attire of some of the people. Like, what is going on here with the red overalls? You've got people in short. Like, look at this guy. He's showing the belly, man. Like, and then we go from there to this guy in like a full jacket and long pants. So is it hot? Is it cold? You know, like what's going on? I think this was the scene where like the kid.
Where the hell is the nearest successful exit? We're underwater.
Is this on?
Uh-huh.
Give me some lights down there.
Got him right here.
And some shit down there. Give me some medical attention here, quick.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, it happens like right after this. They see the shark, but just look at. Oh, maybe he's staff. That's why he's dressed that way.
On.
It's like freaking NASA. Then you have like the two Brody kids. The little brother just shows up for some reason. No reason at all. He looks older than everyone, like you said.
Yeah. This is my baby brother, who's in his 40s. Apparently, somehow he aged 30 years since the last movie.
And then you have some weird French guy, right? Was that guy French? They just wanted to take photographs.
Oh no, he's British.
Okay, British.
But he had a Union Jack on his shirt, and he'd always have these quips. And hey, governor, he called him governor all the time.
Was he British or was he Australian?
Oh, I thought he was Australian. It was an Australian accent, but they show him he's got the Union Jack like right here on his uniform and stuff like that. So
throughout the film, though, like you said, like there are moments where where the fish head gets eaten, or the guy like gets eaten by the mom, and like his body part is like just floating in front of the camera.
Yeah, the arm.
Long, way too long. Very here's one of them now. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. It makes no sense whatsoever, unless you watch it in 3D. Like, what was the point? Hold on, let me get to the scene. All right, this guy. So this underwater guy that's locking up the fence. There it is.
I'm ready, Jay. I'm ready, Jay. I'm ready.
Like he gets eaten, and then they just show.
Oh,
how's it look, movies?
It looks real.
This thing just hung around the camera for like way too long. It's just like, what the heck is that?
The bones.
So yeah, there's a
sticking out.
couple death scenes. Well, the baby shark dies, and Mama Shark is mad. So Mama Shark is like got a vengeance, and she's coming in to wreak all kinds of havoc, you know, and kill and eat people. I mean, that's just the movie, you know. And the way that the way that the shark died was the stupidest thing. First of all, he eats a guy with a grenade, right? And then like the guy's arm with the grenade just happened to be hanging out the whole time.
I think that guy was still alive.
But then he also eats like Louis Gossett Jr. and kills him while the other guy's with the grenade's arm's still there.
It's a big mouth. Just got stuck in his teeth.
Yeah. I think that was like unnecessary random, like an unnecessary random death. But then we get the scene of all scenes. I mean, it's the slow motion scene of all scenes. This is it right here. Like, look at that.
Looks better in 3D.
Like, this is the scene of all scenes.
It's not even moving. It's just.
It's like they had a cutout and they just pushed it forward.
It's just a plastic action figure.
They're all in slow motion. Like, look at that.
Oh, so bad.
I mean, one more time.
One of the greatest moments in cinematic history.
Look at
that. Oh my goodness. I can just see the production assistant. How much money we got left? $5. Okay, do what you can with $5. Let's go.
It's so bad, it's funny. Mr. Peace here. What's up, brother? It's all good, man. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'm just glad y'all are hanging out. Guile says that's gayer than Jeremy and Crocs and socks.
Ooh, true.
It's rough, dude. That was a rough ending. But apparently there's a guy in there with a grenade and his arm stuck out, if you don't know, and eventually they grab some kind of metal. And one person's Dennis Quaid is distracting him by beating him on the one side, and the other lady eventually is able to hook the grenade, and then we get this glorious. I wonder if they have it here. Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh,
when he blows up, like there's like some lower intestine that comes out. Just some freaking, and then the teeth just hang out on the screen for like ever. I guess you're just supposed to be, oh my God, it's in my face.
I wonder if there's any 4D experiences where the theater was actually throwing like fish parts at people in the theater when this happened.
Oh man.
People getting hit in the face with fish guts.
I might have made the movie better. That's all.
Yeah.
So might have made the movie better. What? It's just as bad as White Croc. Oh, Wasp. Come on. Come on. There's only one Jaws movie. There's actually 4.
Oh, there's 5.
What's the 5th one? What? I didn't know that's a thing.
You got to watch this. If you think any of the other Jaws sequels are bad, you got to watch this one. It's not really the 5th Jaws. It's an Italian Jaws movie, and they broke copyright law by having
Did they really?
Jaws 5. Yeah.
I was wondering what that was. Yeah. But we're missing the best line in Jaws 3 of the entire movie is when they're in the restaurant and they're saying like, that wasn't the big one. That was the baby. It's like, it's the damn fish mother.
Yeah.
It's the fish mother. Like, it's so stupid.
But you like this better than Jaws too.
Because it was dumb fun. And you had like a cavalcade of wonderful actors, and Leah Thompson almost gets naked. What's not to
Leah
like?
Thompson.
She was.
That was before her.
This and Howard the Duck.
Back to the
Took me through
Future.
puberty.
Yes, Howard the Duck did it for me. If I'd known this was around, oh boy. But
what other crazy Dennis Quaid? Who else was in this film?
Dennis Quaid, Leah Thompson, Louis Costa Jr.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
But that's three big ones if you're talking about 80s actors.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Also, Dennis, so this is 10 things you probably didn't know about Jaws 3D, given to us by the Daily Jaws. Jaws in 3D marked the franchise inaugural venture into three-dimensional presentation. Riding the wave of early 80s 3D frenzy movies, sought to plunge audience into the heart-pounding fear of the notorious Great White. I don't remember any good 3D. Like, what? Chat, help us out. What are some good movies you other than Avatar? But back in the red blue days, was there anything?
Friday the 13th 3D.
Did you like that one?
I mean, that's just it's not a good 3D movie, but it's a decent Jason movie. That's when the mask gets introduced too.
Yeah,
there's some good 3D shots in that, like with the harpoon gun.
It's the same thing though, right? They like when the 3D effect really they just kind of dangle it in front of the screen.
Pointing stuff
like,
right in the middle of the camera, like, oh,
baseball bat.
Look at this tent pole.
Or this baseball bat that has nothing to do with the movie. We're just
they just popping it in the camera. Yeah,
they're popping the popcorn and it's coming up at the camera, so it's like coming at you.
Caroline in 3D was great. Creature from the Black Lagoon, My Bloody Valentine 3D in 2009. I think once they hit past the 2000 and they got out of that red and blue into the
real theater 3D.
Yeah, I think it got a lot better.
Dread was my favorite.
Clash of the
3D
Titans.
movie.
Yeah, it got a lot better. I honestly, not that I like it, not because I love Avatar, but I think that's some of the best 3D you ever see on the big screen. It just the technology just gets better and better.
Yeah, and it simultaneously ruined the home market because if you bought a Panasonic TV, that was the only way you could get Avatar for like 4 years. It was the best movie in 3D you could only get with your TV that you bought. It was a bad idea, but I loved it. I had one forever. I still have a 3D projector. Oh yeah, I loved it. It went out on me, but I have a 3D projector. I love 3D movies, man. I'm sorry. I know everybody else hates it. I was all about it. I was probably single-handedly keeping them alive for a little while.
But you know what's
buy everything in 3D.
There's different. So they re-released the Phantom Menace in 3D. You know that? And so help me understand this. There's the 3D that's like right up in your face. And then there's like this weird 3D where it's like the back is full. It doesn't look like it's on a flat screen anymore. The stuff isn't like right in your face, but it just looks like it's like a different version of 3D.
So what it is, there's filmed in 3D with the intention of being 3D, and then there's 3D after the fact. Some great filmed for the express reason to be 3D is Guardians of the Galaxy 3D is amazing in 3D. Like they do a good job of showing things in scale and stuff like that. Dread was amazing in 3D. But then you get stuff like like any of the other 3D movies. Like Man of Steel 3D wasn't that great in 3D, but it was still good. It's just like if you're not filming with the express intent of filming it in 3D, it's going to stink because you're going to have these planes and it's not going to seem like you're actually there. The movies that actually use 3D are amazing. And
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. James Cameron films
like Avatar
purposely, and that's the thing. He purposely films for IMAX 3D. So if you watch it, and I saw Avatar 2 I wanted to try it in all three. Like there's like the laser vision, there's this one, but once you get into the IMAX 3D, it looks 100 times different and better in my opinion. So because I guess that's what he was going for. Look at that movie poster. I like the shark at SeaWorld. Leaving Amity Island. Yeah, that's right. It's at SeaWorld. That you can go see some of that thing in the back here. If you could see it, I believe that is still at SeaWorld. That's you get in that thing and it's a tower and it just takes you up to the top. So that's that. The Cursed Third installment. Look at the Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws 3D. Dennis Quaid talked about in this video really quickly. They said which movie had the most cocaine, and he's like Jaws 3D had the most cocaine for the actors. So he said that. He just said it really quick. He's like, the most cocaine on set, Jaws 3D. So I guess it was the 80s and everybody was doing cocaine to stay up. So I guess that's something you didn't know. A different approach. It's not much that they're telling us here that, about the film. There it is. See, it looked like Jaws 3D capitalized on the 3D craze, joining ranks of Friday the 13th Part 3, Amityville 3D, some horror films.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's not the
that's
blue
not
and
the red and blue.
Yeah, that's why they had like a slightly different version back then.
Could you imagine like all these people were wearing that on their face with the shark and everything on there? I wonder if that's any of this is on eBay,
Those
like
are
the
cool
original
glasses,
Jaws 3D glasses. They had new underwater challenges. I don't know how. Underwater sec demand careful planning and synchronization to achieve the intended shots. I don't know. The 3D boost. Yeah, there it is. 3D played a crucial part in reinventing the interest in 3D technology in the early 80s. Despite mixed reviews from critics, it influenced the 3D trend. Yeah, there it is.
We would not have Avatar if it wasn't for Jaws 3D.
That's single-handedly Jaws 3D gave us Avatar, right? It was a box office triumph. Despite mixed reviews from critics, Jaws 3D earned a commercial triumph, with global earning exceeding $87 million. The film surpassed its budget and firmly established itself within the Jaws franchise. That's insane, dude. Look at that still shot. Look at that still shot. Evolution of a franchise. Yeah, this is part 4. This was rough, dude. This was rough. Overall. All right, so overall thoughts on before I read the critic list scores?
Better than 2, stupid fun. Actors that actually seem to have fun, apparently, because they were having the Peruvian marching sugar or powder, whatever they call it. Yeah. They obviously had fun. It seemed like a fun movie. Louis Gossett Jr. makes every movie he's in better, period. And doesn't matter if it's Iron Eagle 7 or Jaws 82. Don't care. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It was ridiculous, but you just kind of bought it and went along with it. So I liked it better than 2. 2 was just sad.
Yeah. Where Roy Schreider phoned it in for Jaws 2, Louis really brought it for Jaws 3D. it just makes it, it's such a silly movie, and he's just putting in this great performance. It just makes it fun. But yeah, I think Jaws 3 is probably my favorite for entertainment value of the 4, just because of how good bad it is. Just all the corny, cheesy 3D effects they try to pull, and shark through the window, the baby shark, which is obviously like handled by the actress, and she like flips. Oh, it's dying. Oh, it's dying. And she's flipping it over as she's performing in the scene.
Am I alone here? I thought the movie was horrible. I was bored. Everything was extra layer of cheese. Like, I don't understand it. There were people drowning in the bottom of the SeaWorld pit that were there for hours. How are they not dead? What's going on here? If everyone's doing cocaine, I mean, it's like, then you had some guy from England or Australia or whatever. He's kind of a jerk. And I'm glad he's the one person I'm glad he died. He was bringing grenades down there for some apparent reason. I was waiting for something like, I don't know. I was waiting for something that didn't
You're saying all these as negatives.
Yeah.
That's it. These are all my positive check marks.
After watching it, Jaws 3D is like It's the dive bar of movies. It stinks. There's not much to like about it, but that's why it's amazing. It just is.
Damn it, we're going there every Friday night.
It's a dump, and it's a good time. And there's hot girls like Leah Thompson there. So.
But it's our dump.
Yeah.
That's our dump, yes.
It's just so stupid.
As stupid as electrifying a shark.
And
with a giant...
there is some dolphin fight. The dolphin.
There is a dolphin fight. And then like you think that the dolphin's gotten eaten, you know, and then they're at the very end. So they survive. I will say this. I liked 3 better than 4. I didn't like 4 that much. Maybe I did. I don't know. I got to check my rankings. I got to see. Here was the box office in 1983. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong screen. Let me get the box office. Yeah, there we go. Number 1 movie in America was Return of the Jedi, followed by Tootsie, Flashdance, Trading Places, War Games, Octopussy, Staying Alive, Risky Business, Mr. Mom, National Lampoon's Vacation. Look at that lineup, dude. Superman 3, 48 Hours, Gandhi. Then there's Jaws 3D. E.T. was
beat E.T.
E.T. came out in 82, so it's still in the.
Is that a re-release?
I think it's because it rolled over into the next year. Some of these movies that came out in like November, December, even though this says June, it had to have been rolled over. That's what I think. Like it was in the box. It was in the theater that long. Porky's 2. The Outsiders, Spring Break. So Jaws 3 it wasn't terrible. Did you like Jaws 3 better than Superman 3? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Superman Richard Lister sucks. Period. He should never be allowed around movies. No, not that he's a problem anymore, but yeah, hated 3, except for a few good scenes. But yeah.
3 is the kind of movie you invite some friends over to laugh with.
And what's wrong with that? As long as you enjoy it. The Room is one of the worst movies ever made, but it is hilarious. There are so many movies that stink that are just
I've never seen it.
Oh man. But Jaws 3 is definitely in that category. It's just dumb fun. You know it's going to stink because you have Louis Gossett Jr. talking like he just landed from his plane in Louisiana, saying like, "Excuse me, y'all, can you stay still in the tunnels?"
And what
please?
about diversity in movies back then? He was in charge of the whole thing. How did we get to this point in Hollywood where they're like, we don't have diverse movies? Louis Gossett Jr. was a freaking superstar in the 80s, man. Every movie he was in, he commanded. He was in what, like Iron Eagle?
Oh, yeah,
Iron Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome. He was an awesome actor.
Officer and Gentleman. Yep. I loved him. Enemy.
I gave this a 35. I didn't like it.
Did you watch
I laughed at everything in this film. Bad comedy. Yeah, that's pretty much. Watching this movie without 3D effects makes it worse, in my opinion. That's all. Was gave it a 38. She gave it a better score than me. She gave it a better score than me. Mo gave it a 60. This is the dumbest, most fun 80s movies ever. Highlander gave it an 80. Look at that. I gave it an 80 because it gave us the greatest 3D slow motion scene in movie hit. All right, that is true. That is true. That scene was legendary. A 50. Oh, goody, a third. Dixie gave it a 33. Yep. Beach Dad a 50. Man, what a cast. Back in the day, this was great, but it did not age well. I got my glasses. And it was fixated on the screen. It was not horrible, but yeah, I hear you, man. Bulldog 23. Nick a 45. Look at that. Man, so many of y'all participated. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Dr. Manzor gave it a 39. He did better than me. He's at the same thing as me. The movie's a box office success. Yeah.
And let's be serious. Like these bad scores doesn't mean it's a bad movie. I think we all understand it stinks. So It's not indignation, I don't think, against the movie.
Are you kidding me? Jonas with a 65? Alex with an 83, but Jonas with a 65?
Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. If I'm agreeing with Jonas, I think I might have went down the wrong path here.
Broken Wrench Mechanic gave it a 20. He's like, that's definitely a movie. It was extremely boring. We got a 5 from the Hooded Man. It's slightly better than Jaws 4, and that's no compliment. Oh, Agent M gave it a 40. I see. Now we're like, I could see less and less people were watching Jaws 3. Oh, we only had a handful of reviews. Oh, man. See, movies, if you do a review on Critic List, you could add your video, you know?
Yeah.
You can get more views.
I got to get around to that. Just finding the time to do it.
Jaws 3 is done. Any final thoughts on Jaws 3?
I'm definitely grabbing a few beers and watching this one again with some friends. Like, this is...
Maybe we should do it in MegaCon. Maybe we should figure that out.
At SeaWorld, maybe?
We can go to SeaWorld to the movie filming locations, right?
If you reviewed this movie without watching it in 3D, you didn't give it a proper review. Because it was filmed for 3D.
All I'm saying is once we get to Jaws of Revenge, like I gave it the same score, 35. All I typed in was why. I thought Jaws of Revenge was awful, man. It was dumb, man. Like, let's be honest. The shark goes to the Bahamas, chases down the Brody family. Sean, the little Brody, on Christmas Eve, gets his arm bitten off in the first minute. And he's just like, oh my God, my arm. And then the shark just kills him. Oh man, it was awful. Then it's like, all right, well, the shark is killed. Then she blames the shark death on Robert. So Chief Brody is dead with a heart attack. Apparently he must have gotten his job back after 2 because his picture's still on the wall there. Now the son is killed by a shark, and the older son lives in the Bahamas studying snails with Mario Van Peebles. Is that how you say his name?
Peebles. Mario Van
Peebles. Oh my gosh, what a movie.
It starts off being stupid because what's the revenge? All the sharks from the last 3 movies got obliterated. What's the revenge for?
I think this was the first 2 sharks' baby. Right? The first Jaws was the mother. Second Jaws was the dad. And Jaws the Revenge is their pup. And it's coming for revenge on its parents. To kill the Brody family that killed its parents.
Kills the kid, Sean, and then has the common sense to know that the Brodies are now in the Bahamas. Makes the trek in record time, by the way, in about 2 days from Martha's Vineyard all the way to the Bahamas in 2 days.
Swimming 35 miles per hour nonstop.
Just full of vengeance, you know, like that's just one of the problems.
I knew I was in for a stinker when they said, Chief, your dad died. You didn't die. He died from fear. It's like, I would say probably cirrhosis, judging by the 2 movies. I think he had liver failure. Brody liked to tie one on every so often, but he didn't seem very afraid. He off the first 2 Jaws. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was kind of a dumb statement. You would think after like multiple shark attacks where your family almost died, like maybe you wouldn't stay on the island anymore. Maybe it's time to like move your family, you know? Your oldest son almost got eaten. Your youngest probably has trauma from Jaws 2, you know, seeing his babysitter just chewed up right in front of him. Jaws 3 was some kind of like dream that one of them had, like one of those
Fever
things.
dream.
Yeah, from like the trauma. And then it's like, well, we're gonna stay on the island anyway and let you play in the water. I don't know, man, if that's good parenting. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. No, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, on Christmas Eve of all times, apparently this shark loves the extremes. He loves being in the coldest part of the country and then the hottest within a few days of each other. He's built hard.
He's built hard.
All bricked up.
Yeah, so he has a personal vendetta, makes his way to the Bahamas where sharks don't live. I did like seeing Lance Guest. He will always have a special place in my heart for the Last Starfighter, no matter what he's in. So the actor for the Last Starfighter. So that was neat to see. Michael Caine was in this film.
Yeah, there we go. Michael Caine, Hoagie.
Why was Michael Caine in this movie?
To buy a house.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Caine was in Jaws: The Revenge because he wanted to buy a house, according to an interview he did, where he's like, people ask the same question: of all the things that you've done, why Jaws 4? I needed to buy a house. So, oh, look at this. You better not be talking smack about Jaws: The Revenge. Yeah, I am, because I hated that film. I hated that film. Yeah, did he have tax problems? I don't know if he did. He definitely did it for the money. So you had Hoagie, the airline pilot.
He's like a smuggler. He was smuggling things on his plane.
I thought they infer it through the entire movie, and they never pays off. Even the son, Mike Brody's like, why is he so interested in mom? The entire nothing happens. He's just.
It looks like he kissed her, and then like mom had to go tell his son's wife, like, "Oh my God, he kissed me." Yeah, I was like, and she also was like, during that time, I guess women were wearing the shoulder pads. She had these massive shoulder pads in every one of her outfits. So, and it was also during the time of junk canoe in the Bahamas. It's what a crazy time period. So they're out there studying the snails with Mario Van Peebles and Peebles. Who is like he was in a lot of stuff, right? I guess.
Kind of in the 80s. He was kind of always
He was in Highlander, right?
Well, like the fourth sequel, but he was in Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood, which
that's right.
Movie. Yeah.
Was he in Solo?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that movie. Oof. There was a movie called Solo where he was like he was like a robot or cyborg or something.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking Star Wars, right? So
yeah.
He was in New Jack City. Yeah, that's right. So he was in some stuff. So they're out there studying snails, and all of a sudden the freaking shark just swims right next to him. And he's like, "Oh, we got a big fish down here." Like, it's casual. And then the shark like jumps up out of the water, and they're like, "Hey, don't tell my mom, okay?"
She'll freak out.
My brother just was recently killed by a shark attack, and now you want to go study the shark for a few days. That's perfect. That makes great sense. Let's do that. So they attach a heart monitor on the shark to always know where he's going to be in a heart monitor. I think it was like, it was the last straw for grandma when the shark attacked his daughter on the banana boat.
Oh,
right?
Thea.
Yeah.
Goodness. I was so disappointed when that kid didn't become a nugget, a human nugget for the freaking jaw. I hated that girl in that movie. She was and I don't hate kids. She was like Oliver Brady turned up to 11, man. She was obnoxious.
They used the kid to get away with stuff. They're like,
"Oh yeah,
did you punish Uncle Sean when he was bad?" Like, she would say stuff to the mom.
She was excuse my French, she was a little shit, man. She didn't act. They took her off the swing. She's kicking and screaming. I'm like, I really wanted her to go. She was awful.
Mo hates kids. Look at that.
No, just
called him a human nugget. Yeah, basically, he wanted her to die.
Oh, so.
But yeah, like so. Then Michael, the father, he seems to just be getting it from all over. His partner's yelling at him to study sharks. He's trying to study snails. His wife's mad at him. She's screaming at him all the time. Mom's screaming at him, saying, I don't want you to work here anymore in the Bahamas. Get out of the water. He just can't catch a break, dude. He just can't catch a break. Every now and then in the midst of battle, his wife takes off her underwear and throws it at him. Because I guess that turns her on. I don't know. So, you know, one of those things. So he's got a pretty rough, I say. I say he got it pretty rough. There was the one scene that made the shark ridiculous where Michael was in the water studying snails, and they're like, get out of the water. We hear the heartbeat or something like that, and the shark chases him in some kind of underwater sunken ship. You know? And like the shark just goes in. And he has to turn his scuba tank on to like shoot up to the top. So yeah, that was a special scene. But then all of a sudden, the shark attacks the kids on the banana boat. Grandma gets mad. She decides to steal a boat. For what reason? I have no idea. What's the motivation here? Right? Like, is she going to go out and get the shark? Like, she's going to go fishing? Or she's just going to stand there and be like, come and get me?
Oh, she's going full Ripley mode at the end of Alien. She's like trying to defend her daughter.
The thing is, like,
just come out. Yeah.
How? Why?
Maybe she thinks if she sacrifices herself, the shark will stop killing her family.
She should have just went swimming. That's what I think. Maybe. But you might have a point there. But it's just like she just wanted to get out there on a boat. Well, they can't find her. Hoagie is definitely in love with her. So he gets in his plane and he finds her. And what does he do? Instead of just probably casually radioing for help, maybe getting some ships to come out of the area, he sees the shark coming up and he decides he's going to crash the plane right next to the ship. I guess that was an action scene to have like a non-waterless plane, like land. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's still quipping, dropping one-liners like Michael Caine. He's like, "Oh, hey, oh, he's like the time I do." It's like, oh my goodness! Of all the Michael Caine we've ever seen, it's the Michael Caine's performance.
Like, well, it was like remind me to tell you about that time I took 100 nuns to Nairobi.
Doesn't everybody know someone like that though?
Nuns?
Don't we have someone like in our life somewhere that always has a story to tell? And that could be me. I don't know. But it's just like everyone always has a story to tell. Like that's like what the heck? What kind of life are you living, dude? You know? He crashes the plane. The shark attacks the plane and pulls the plane under. Ellen Brody's all upset. Starts hitting her son. This guy just gets it, man. And Hoagie's alive, and his one-liner. Man, the breath on that thing. The ship is sinking. Ellen's got to pump it out. So they decide to make a fake bomb that's going to electrocute the shark for some weird reason.
Oh.
Mario Van Peebles. I don't even remember his name in the movie. Whatever his name was in the movie. Jake,
I think it was.
Was it Jake? He decides to crawl out there with no rope. The shark jumps out of the water for some reason, and he stabs it, but then he falls in and gets eaten. Sort of. Allegedly. In the extended scenes, he lives, so he doesn't die. Depending on what channel you watched it. In the movie theater, he died. On the television version, he lived.
On the Netflix
So-
version I watched, he lived. He's like, oh,
He lived in the Netflix version.
He's
yeah.
like, oh.
There's an alternate ending where he dies.
Yeah.
I saw it on.
Yeah, and that's
the
why
shark blows up.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna fight. They're gonna blow the shark up. The shark magically comes out of the water for like 8 minutes, and it's just humming there in slow motion. And Ellen Brody steers the ship into the shark and punctures his heart, and then I guess the thing activates and blows his head off at the same time. All right.
Yeah.
You got.
And that's the end of the show.
Call it the stern is the stern of the boat.
I know we're all trying to block this out
basically
like a bad childhood memory. Yeah.
Pops the shark. It like hits the shark and it just pops like a balloon.
And it blows up.
It's great. It's great.
I think the worst part of the movie is the horror Jaws theme that they kept playing. Remember that? They'd go.
Well, they also made the shark roar like a lion.
Yeah, roar.
Like that was so weird. It was so weird that he had to roar like an island. Let's see. I have an article about, the alternate ending was one Jake dies, the other one he doesn't die. Other than that, there's not much like 50 facts of the film. You know, like there's not too many of those. There wasn't any articles about 10 things about Jaws the Revenge that you might not have known. No, there wasn't anything. There really wasn't. It was all about the alternate ending. That's about it. Oh, they also said that. Did you know that Jaws of Revenge was considered a Christmas movie?
Killed on Christmas Eve. Beginning of the movie.
They do spend Christmas in the film.
Yeah. They have presents and stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's 12 years after the first one, and apparently everybody's almost to retirement, the Brody kids. So
it's a hard life.
Yeah, apparently. The Martha's Vineyard boy, I'm telling you.
Jaws the Revenge contains the best continuity errors ever committed in any major motion picture. Such as oxygen tanks change from yellow to black and black back to yellow in different scenes of the film. Ellen Brody wears shoes of various colors in the same scenes. Mechanics working on the shark. Meanwhile, wires, levels, metal guide rails are also commonly seen and that are changed and different throughout. So I guess they didn't have like a proper editor to go through that or director.
That's like the assistant director's job is to keep the continuity intact.
You
see shoes between scenes.
One of the most comedic error in the film involved Michael Caine. He was a smart talking pilot, which goes by the name of Hoagie, climbs out of the water in one shot. In the next shot, his clothes are bone dry. There have been YouTube channels that go through this film and point out every single error in this film. That's crazy. I did not know that. And then the other thing you might not know, I'm just reading it. I didn't even put it on the screen. Why did Michael Caine do this film? He was looking to buy a house.
Hey.
He was looking to buy a house. Again, like we brought this up earlier today. If you're just joining us, 60 people here. Thank you so much. I hear F&T ended, so some people are creeping on over. Hit the like button if you can. That'd be awesome. Jaws the Revenge had a $23 million budget and worldwide did $51 million. I guess it broke even. It's just like Jaws 1 and 2 were such unique movies that were filmed a unique way, like with the same kind of gritty, just different. And then these last two were like so completely different. You know, and how they filmed and like they just made the shark like a deity, in my opinion. Like they made it like some kind of god that had these revenge powers. Like even in 3, like 3 was a revenge story. A mom was wanting revenge on their kid. The actuality is when sharks have babies, if they're hungry, they're going to eat their kids after being born.
Dude,
Because-
sharks eat their brothers and sisters in the womb when they're, or like, it's insane what sharks do. Yeah.
That's what I'm
they're-
saying. Like,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not going to be mad if their kid gets killed. They're just going to be like, guy couldn't cut it. That's just how it is. So overall, thoughts?
Oh, it's the
Funny
worst Jaws
moments,
movie.
worst part.
It's awful. The music is awful. The acting is awful. The premise is awful. Michael Caine is the only somewhat enjoyable part of the movie. Mario Van Peebles should have been eaten by a shark in real life, so that we didn't get the rest of his movies.
We never
But,
found out if he finished up studying the snails and got his doctorate. That's what I was waiting for. Also, those little tiny airplanes that got him to the Bahamas obviously just took them to Florida, because there's no way they're flying that little airplane all the way back up to New York or the New York area, right? Martha's Vineyard's up. Where is that? Up in Maine?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's up in that area. So, yeah. I don't know, man. But it doesn't matter what we think. What did people think on Critic List as we get ready to wrap up these wonderful 2 hours? I gave it a 35. Like I said, all I typed in was why. Mo gave it a 20. What the heck is this? Sharky Kruger?
Yeah, it was awful.
Wasp gave it a 12. Yep. It's just going down. I gave it a higher score than most people. What was I thinking? Broken Wrench gave it a 39. The Revenge is better than 3, but it's the film. It's just not necessary. Yeah, that was definitely a cash grab. Fergusonian gave it an 18. I wonder how many people even participated. Look at that. Someone put a fart. Nick put a fart meme in his video. 20%. Come and get me, you son of a bee. Yeah, that's right. That was the line, I guess. Dixie gave it a 26. What a stupid premise. Sounds a little fishy to me. Are we supposed to believe that the shark was purposely targeting the Brody family? Beast Dad gave it a 30. Turning the shark into Miss Cleo was a bad idea. Dr. Manzar with a 10. Oh, there's the scene. Or is this it's the trailer. We didn't even watch the trailer here.
Instinctively, man has always been drawn to the sea. Its beauty, its mystery.
You guys hear it?
Its secrets.
Oh, yeah.
But there is also a vague uncertainty, a sense of intrusion into an alien world, where man is unwelcome and completely at the mercy of the most terrifying predator on Earth. Man's deepest fear has risen again. Jaws, the revenge. This time, it's personal.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a better tagline than the third degree is terror.
This time it's personal. Look at Alex showing love. Jonas gave it a 30. At some point, the Jaws franchise went from blockbuster action movies to just being horror movie sets during the day. Okay. 0. And I think that's it. Only a couple people participated. I appreciate it, though. A lot of zeros. 15. Whew. This one was hands down better than Jaws 3. 0. 0. Holy crap. 0. 0. And a 50. There you go.
One review talking about how, Ellen Brody has flashbacks of what her husband experienced. You kept remembering things that Chief Brody went through when she wasn't even there.
Yeah. How is that a thing?
Those just piss me off. I'm like, quit trying to make me care about the movie. This movie stinks.
Yeah. Overall, things went down really quick. Jaws 4 was not needed. I don't think Jaws 3. I don't think any of the Jaws were needed. But Universal's, that's the franchise. Will we see Jay Dis? You like my review? Jay, did you like my review? I loved it. I even played the video you posted. Do you think we'll see another Jaws movie?
I'm actually surprised they haven't made one. They've been
They have
milking
made other
Jaws at the
shark
theme
movies.
parks.
Yeah.
Milking Jaws at the theme parks for 40 years now. You think they'd want to make another movie?
If they keep re-releasing Jaws 1 and 2 in the theater, they'll just make their money.
Yeah.
Jaws
They
50th anniversary was it was like number 2 in the box office. Pretty crazy. So, chat, do you know any other shark movies that you enjoyed? We got Deep Blue Sea. Have you seen any other shark movies? The Meg.
Meg.
Did you like
Deep
the
Blue
Meg?
Sea.
Sharknadoes.
I liked the Meg. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's related tangentially. It's very much a shark-ish movie. Was Piranha 3D. Was really fun. Very gory.
Piranha 1 and 2 are fun too. I mean, James Cameron made Piranha 2.
Did he really? I did not know that.
That was his first movie he directed.
Mm-hmm.
47 Meters Down. I never saw that. Some people said it was good.
I think Deep Blue Sea is probably the best non-Jaws shark movie.
There's like 3 of those, right?
I think the other ones are all like straight.
They're pretty bad. I made the mistake in buying, like when I was buying the digital download for Deep Blue Sea, they're like, own the whole collection for $3 more. I'm like, oh, cool. What a deal. So you buy all 3 of them, and then you end up watching the second. And you're like, oh man, why do they make them so bad? Like, why can't they just stick to the premise? Horrible. Dr. Menzar said The Shallows. I actually enjoyed The Shallows. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty decent. Sharknado. What are they on? Like Sharknado 15? Highlander says Lake Placid. That was the giant alligator, right? Giant crocodile. That was pretty good. Deep Blue Sea had 2 sequels, and they were the worst thing you have ever seen. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea 2 came out, and it was straight to DVD, of course. Came out in 2018, and Deep Blue Sea 3 came out in 2020. I mean, look,
Cruel Jaws.
There's the real Jaws 5. I mean, even the poster looks bad for Deep Blue Sea 2. Even the poster looks terrible. So, yeah, don't waste your time. Not at all. Well, that is it. That is our Jaws roundup. Any final words?
Want more Jaws movies? Come on, Universal. Of all the crap they're remaking today, how are we not getting more sharks?
That's a good point.
True. You're not going to beat Quint and Mr. Hooper and Brody. You're not going to miss, because the Jaws was a perfect thriller movie with wonderful acting that had no right to be in that movie, that type of movie, and they just tried to get their money from the next 3. I think just watch 1 and forget the rest, watch 3, have a few drinks, and laugh with your friends. But if you're not doing it cynically, I'd say just watch the first one, man. 2 makes me sad because Roy does not want to be there. So, and you can tell. But
yeah, we didn't get that Jaws 19 from Back to the Future. So
yeah, we got to get to that point, right?
Yeah, we have to get to that one, right? Talk about the Universal ride. The Universal ride I thought it was awesome in Orlando, but it's no longer with us because they gutted it out for Harry Potter.
I actually got to ride that ride. It went down quite a while ago, didn't it?
Yeah. It's been gone for a minute.
I went in 2009.
It was
Okay.
really cool because they had that whole town where the Jaws ride was Amity, and they had like they turned it into the island of Amity where you can get food there and all that stuff. But what they have done at Universal, they have brought back this called Mega Movie Parade that they do like at 2:00. Of course, I don't know if they're doing it now with Halloween Horror Nights, but they were doing it like at 2:00, and it was awesome, man. There's a section of it when they allow it. They bring out Jaws. They bring out the marching band from the high school from the movie. Brody and the mayor are there talking to everybody, and then they have Quint on the orca with the shark behind him on a float, and it's just they do such a good job with all of that. Have a good night, Wasp. Thank you. So, it's pretty awesome. So it just made, and I appreciate when I went and saw Jaws in the theater, the 50th anniversary, seeing like parents bring their kids and all that stuff, and then like talking about it afterwards on how it was better than they expected and stuff like that. So like I appreciate when a good film is made, you appreciate for years to come. That this franchise is over 50 years old. It's kind of crazy, right? Kind of crazy. But yeah, you are right. Why did they decide to stop the last Jaws movie in the 80s? 87 was the last one. 70s and 80s. They didn't attempt to do it in the 90s. They didn't attempt to do it.
It's really weird because it was like in the middle of like Freddy Krueger, Friday the 13th. You would have thought just to throw another 2 out there, they would have made some money on it. Because we were like, what was it until like 95? The horror push was humongous. So you would think that they would have got at least one more out there. But
it came out in 1987. So I always like to look at the box office on that year. I know I have it somewhere. There it is. To see what else was playing. Beverly Hills Cop 2, Platoon, Fatal Attraction, The Untouchables, one of my all-time favorites. Secret of My Success, Michael J. Fox was up there. Lethal Weapon, Predator. Yes. I'm surprised we haven't done Predator yet. Jaws comes in.
Good
Revenge of the Nerds 2. What the heck? Did I pass it?
No.
Jaws. Did it come out in 87 or 86?
51.
There it is right there. Yeah, 51. Sheesh. Yeah, it was nothing. It's down there with Ernest Goes to Camp.
Ernest Goes to Camp beat it at the box office. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's time to wrap up the Jaws remake when Ernest Goes to Camp beats you. And I liked Ernest Goes to Camp. I think that's one of the better Ernest films.
I think that's like one of the most successful ones too.
That one and Ernest Saves Christmas. Oh, there's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Mannequin. Holy crap. Spaceballs. Spaceballs did better than that.
No.
I thought Spaceballs broke 100. Spaceballs only did 40 million. It must have became a cult classic or something. It only did 40 million.
It's probably one of those home video hits.
That's got to be why. That's wild to me. I thought it did a lot better than that. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, well, I hope you guys enjoyed our breaking down of all the Jaws sequels. I want to thank Yumi the Movies. Go check him out because he forces his wife to watch stuff she's never seen before, and you get her reactions. What's the one that's coming up next for you guys?
We watched this for our channel. It was great. Jaws 4 was bad.
What movie you got coming up next that you're going to release?
What do we got on Monday? Sunshine. The Danny Boyle, director of 28 Days Later.
Oh,
it's about kickstarting the sun with a nuke.
Yeah, and for us, it'll be The Adventures of Tintin. So And also check out Mo's Game Room. All that there. And that's it. We're done. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We'll see you hopefully really, really soon over on this channel. We appreciate you. We love you. We're out of here.